Hey guys, what's up? This is Rayers and I'm gonna start cooking. I was requested a cooking video, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell you how I start. I usually turn on a candle because it diffuses all like the odors of like maybe the onions or maybe the spices are too strong or something, and this sort of diffuses it for me and it makes the kitchen smell good at the same time, so everyone's curious about what you're making. I'm just gonna use a pan like this. This is a heavy cast iron pan and this is a glass stove, and I'm gonna use this Smart Balance to spray my pan. And now I'm going to show you what meat I use, okay? This is a huge thing of meat that I got from Sam's, and it was super frozen, but how I defrosted it was I put hot water in the sink and I just kept flipping this around in there, and now like all the meat is defrosted, and it took maybe 20 minutes, but it was hard as a rock, but I got it defrosted now. Alright, so I'm ready to open my package to get the pieces that I'm gonna cook. So this is the package of meat I'm cooking. It's super heavy, and this package was $12, but it is worth it because you get like a bunch of pieces. I think this one has like 10 or 12. So yeah, this is good for, it'll last you for a long time. So that's why I go to Sam's, so I don't have to go to the grocery store all the time. So since this is going to be like the beginning of the week, I'm going to go ahead and separate all of the beef and put them in separate baggies and marinate them and put them in the freezer for the next day. Okay, so these are the different sauces I like to use. This one's a good barbecue sauce for afterwards. This is a good marinade I like to use on chicken and beef, doesn't matter to me. This is also another teriyaki marinade, and I have other types of this Lori's brand of marinade which are good. I have the steak one. Actually I used the steak one, but I finished it. So any of these brands, I like to get the cheaper ones or the ones that are on sale because I think it's just the same. And you can also marinate with A1 sauce because it's liquidy, you know, it doesn't really have too much sugar, so it's not gonna like crystallize on you. So I would try any of these for marinating, and I like these for barbecue sauce. Put any Kraft barbecue sauce over that, or any Master KC barbecue sauce. Don't forget to also put some spices in it. You can just use plain seasoned salt, or I like to use the McCormick Grill Mates that have less sodium. I think today I'm going to use the Montreal steak seasoning since I have more of it and I have less of this garlic one. Alright, and I'll use a little bit of these too. And I'm going to marinate it a little bit in A1, and I'm going to top it off with the Master KC. So as you can see here, I'm like marinating the meat, and I finished my Lawry's bottle, which is fine because like I like to switch it up often anyway. So I went ahead and I used up my teriyaki sauce for these 2 bags here, and that's pretty good. I like teriyaki sauce. You don't have to use that one in particular. There's so many different ones you can use from Lawry's, so just look for the one that you're gonna want to use the most. And now I'm gonna set these in the freezer and leave them in there for later. That's for future. But since I'm gonna make this piece of meat like right now, I'm gonna go ahead and put some A1 sauce on it. And I'm just gonna let it soak in for a bit because this was kind of an on-the-spot dinner type of thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my thing on low and just let it start cooking. Please remember to recycle your bottles. If they're plastic, there's no problem with them being recycled. All of these bottles are cleaned and washed when they're recycled, so I would recommend you start recycling. Alright, so as you can see, I flipped it over and I added some more on the top, and I'm just using a fork. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of this on it. Okay. I also added some seasonal salt on both sides of that, so don't put an extreme amount, but make sure you spread it out evenly on there. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and start making some organic baby spinach. I don't know if you can see that. And yeah, so I put like 3 cups into this pot here, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna simmer the spinach inside here while this boils. Alright guys, so here are all the spinach leaves. Make sure you want to fill it up halfway in the pot, because when they get cooked, when they get steamed, it goes down a lot, and it's like you have like half of what you put in. So make sure you put in quite a handful if it's for 1 or 2 people, that way you actually have like a good amount. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that on the top of my pan. So as you can see here, it's like almost done, and it's got like a good look to it here. It's soft. I could put my fork in it and it's not tough. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on low and let it just finish simmering there, because I know it's fully cooked already. As I said, I just cooked the whole thing on low because I really don't want it to get hard and chewy. And as for the spinach here, I'm going ahead and put it on medium, because spinach kind of cooks fast. It looks like it's gonna be slow, but then like you have to watch it, because then all of a sudden it can overcook. So make sure that you don't forget, because I usually forget when. Alright guys, so with the meal, I'm gonna go ahead and toast some French bread with some butter, and that's gonna complete the dinner. Okay, so a cutting knife like this would be great. This is just like a plastic that has ridges along the side here. And it's really fast. Look, this is way better than a freaking butter knife that's gonna take forever. So I'm just going like this. And I just put any kind of butter in the middle there. I don't usually eat the bread with my meal because I'm just trying to stay away from carbs and lose some weight, but this is for my boyfriend, so he's gonna go ahead and enjoy a piece of bread with his meal. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this piece of bread in the foil paper. And I got this huge container of foil paper from Sam's. It's got like 150 square feet. So that's nice, because like I use foil paper every day, so I don't have to like go buy some all the time. Make sure it's wrapped up all the way, because if it's not completely wrapped, it's gonna get hard in the oven, and you don't really want to chew on hard bread. So go ahead and toast that for like 10 minutes, and it should be nice and soft, and the butter should be melted in there. Alright, so spinach is ready right there. You can see it's flattened out. You want to make sure it stays bright green, okay? Don't let it get all dark and mushy on you. All the vitamins and stuff get out of there if you overcook it, so make sure you keep it green. And that, I went ahead and turned it off, and the meat is ready, so I'm going to start putting everything on the plate. Right guys, so that's the spinach and the meat looks like. I'm going to go ahead and put a bit of parsley seeds on top of the meat just to give it an appealing look. Oh man, I love the way parsley smells. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit on there just to make it look fancy. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and put some Kansas City Masterpiece barbecue sauce on the side here, just a little bit. And if they want more, they can ask for more. But this is just an additional in case they want some more flavored barbecue sauce. Now I'm gonna have to take out the bread, put it on the side, and we're done, girls.